And is it particularly marvellous?
Oh, I found it on YouTube. How amazing.
Are you going to play it?
Oh, my father.
I'm gonna have to find some salt. I left some behind. Sounds like shit.
Do you know it? Do you know this
Sounds
song?
like shit. Do you like it?
There's a place more than rust cannot lay. Dan, before you sit down, could you lock the door, put the key up and pull that across? Pull the curtain across. No, not that one, the other one.
Just one?
Yeah, that'll do. Thank you. Just keeps the warmth. in it.
Do you mind if I put the TV on?
No, sure. Here's the control.
No, getting out. Made it.
He's jumping in, boots and all.
Come on, Wally, let's have a look. Don't touch the cat food, alright?
While Kong's knows where to find you.
Yeah, you're doing it. Hurry up!
Dog Squad follows Dog Squad Puppy School.
You don't,
What?
we don't need it that loud, do we?
Is it really loud?
I told you. Call me.
Isabel? Time to go.
I thought you were deaf. I thought you were deaf.
I've got my hearing aid.
I wonder what silly movie this is. I don't know whether I've seen it before. Do you mind if are you into this?
Oh, it looks quite interesting.
Well, there we go. Oh my God.
What? What?
Oh, it's seeds. Bean seeds.
I mean, it's a take on Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yeah.
So is this post cutting down the thing? Have you seen it before?
No, I just know the story.
Are you ready, my brother? Can you test it? Here comes the thunder.
Oh no. This wasn't in the story I read. I smell the blood of a Frenchman. Oh no. Oh.
You wonder how on earth they could film that.
Well, it's obviously been done on a computer. I'm pretty damn sure that's not real. Actually, I think the question in this movie would be how much is real and how much isn't.
It's good to see you, boy. You've come a long way. I've got a story to tell you.
Is it about beans? Oh no, we're in trouble.
What's the matter?
Nothing, Father.
Oh no.
That's good to be back.
The little head looks reminiscent of My Precious.
Yes.
I wonder if it was done. This wasn't done by Peter Jackson, was it?
No, I don't think so.
The monks haven't rung that bell in.
He should have told me if he did.
No, I don't think I've ever heard of me.
I would have given him helpful hints on how to direct. Oh, it's quite beautiful, really, isn't it? In many ways.
What's he yelling? Giants!
Did you know that I was dumb enough to buy two pictures from the Salvation Army of people, you know, British aristocracy. I can turn it down now. God.
They're unique.
I bought two pictures of the British aristocracy hunting foxes
Yeah.
for $15 each.
So what are you going to do with them?
Well, my plan was to sell them on Trade Me, but I'm not getting any luck with Trade Me whatsoever. Nobody gives a damn whether I live or die. Are you in the mood for talking about the latest royal rubbish?
Oh, I could?
You know what I'm referring to,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
you? Did,
Meghan and Harry.
did you see the interview?
No. It wasn't on TV.
Do you know what the accusations are?
Well, that somebody was racist and they said before her baby was born. I
Well,
wonder-
they just speculated on the colour of the baby.
Yeah,
I don't think that's necessarily racist.
either do I. I think it was ridiculous.
And as far as I'm aware, I hope I'm representing this correctly, but who's the woman's name?
Meghan.
Megan's father goes, "Oh, don't be silly, it's not racist. They're just inquiring about You know, it could be brown, it could be black, it could be
Yeah.
white. We're just interested. That's
Yeah.
not racism.
No.
And then the other stupid shit about the, oh, well, there's the thing, oh, I was suicidal and whatever, and I told them I was suicidal, but they wouldn't help me. I mean, it sounds a bit, I don't know.
Well,
Why is she suicidal? Because people might think
Well-
that she might have a white baby. Oh,
yeah.
just
well,
think about it, how awful.
Well, I think part of it was that she was pregnant. Some people, when they're pregnant, the hormones get all agitated or something, and then the other thing was she'd come from being a very social person when she was in that Suits program, and she did a blog every day, and she had to stop her blog when she got married to Harry, and she was lonely. She was cut off from all these friends over in America and Canada, and
But to me, it sounds funny because, you know, Piers Morgan, the Good Morning Britain, I think it is, he was famous for.
Oh,
you know,
yes.
supposedly he got upset and couldn't handle the discussion, and supposedly he had a relationship with Meghan, and he was cut off for some reason.
Oh,
She's cut off her entire family except her mother.
but when you say a relationship, it certainly wasn't sex.
Well, of course not.
No.
Piers Morgan doesn't like black women. But
I think he was
you
very
know,
critical,
you and I have a relationship. That's
No.
what I mean.
but he was very
And
critical.
I have been many times wanting to cut you off, but just haven't got round to it. So what were you saying?
Piers Morgan was critical on the radio or the TV, and he got for trouble for that.
Oh, I think he got in for trouble because all the wokes were getting down on him.
Yeah.
But I remember reading some article, and the headline was, it might have been a YouTube thing, but will the House of Woke crumble? And I think part of being woke is that you're ultra sensitive. You just you have a certain template. Like Meghan, I think it's safe to say, has a template of black and white. The world is seen as you are racist, you are not racist. And I mean, a lot of people are just going, there's been the kerfuffle with Andrew, you know.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Well, it still leaves a very bad taste in a lot of
Yes.
people's mouths.
Yeah.
There's Lady Diana, and a lot of people sort of, oh, bad taste. Prince Philip. I mean, do you know about Prince Philip and the way he behaves?
Well, what in particular?
He was in China and there was a young man there, and he goes, oh, a British subject, I think, and if you stay here any longer, you're going to get slit eyes.
Well, he just had a weird sense of humour. But that's a long, long time
There's
ago.
a whole litany of remarks and things, and you'd swear you are a member of the royal family. There is a particular way that you behave, and there are particular things. You don't get the Queen making jokes like that, do
No.
you? And we all know, I think it's, let's, get it out in there. He cheated on her, and they've been sleeping in separate beds for quite some time.
Well, it's not proven. I mean, that was just rumour that he
Was it
cheated on
rumour?
her. When she became queen, he was really bored because she was so busy with all the affairs of state that he got sidelined, and he used to go out to things in the evening, and she knew he was going, but there's no proof. I've never heard any real evidence that he had sex with anybody. He was just having a wild time because he was a young man and he was bored stiff with the Queen. But they slept in separate beds, as that was well known. But that was because she had to do business late at night and all that sort of thing, and but lots of couples sleep separately, but they had enough sex to have 4 children.
Yes, that means 4 times, doesn't it?
Oh, not necessarily. Anyway, I think a lot of it will blow over. I'm very glad that the Duke has had his, Duke of Edinburgh's had his operation, and he seems to have pulled through. He's going to be 100 in June.
And I wonder if his wife will write him a letter. I mean, because from what I can understand, that the Queen is the most respected. There are people who don't like the royal family, period, and they'd like to see the institution go under.
Yes.
And there are, I think it's safe to say, there are people who are so extreme they would like to see Queen Elizabeth II be given absolute powers.
No. I think
Oh, yes.
as long as the Queen is alive, the institution will just go on.
I don't think you know this, but I don't think it'd be very hard to prove. There are some British people who would dearly love to see absolute monarchy returned.
Well, I have never ever heard that. So, okay, you've heard that, I haven't.
Well, I can't be bothered proving
a
it.
very small amount. Small.
Well, probably, I don't know, but more and
But
more.
there's quite a lot. I was reading in the paper one day this week that somebody who was writing one of those blog things said that we missed our opportunity as if Republicans, the Republican Party, missed the opportunity to make a big song and dance about Meghan and Harry in the interview, because every now and again, those who want New Zealand to be a republic and not under the Queen.
But the Queen Elizabeth has absolutely no power in New Zealand whatsoever.
Tremendous influence.
Well, that's not power.
No, it is power.
And she can't say anything. I think she's constrained.
Yes, that's true.
If there was, like what happened in Australia, where the Queen did actually step in.
Well, the Queen didn't. It was the Governor General.
Well, it's her representative,
Yeah,
and I swear them. But that was a long time ago. That was in the 50s, wasn't it?
Yes.
And I think it's safe to say that by and large, my understanding is Australia is a lot more motherland England. We love you, we're part of you, we love Mother England.
A lot more than who? Than New Zealand.
Than New Zealand. I mean, we're very loyal. Large parts of New Zealand are very loyal, and we have nothing against the British. But I think, practically speaking, our political elites have been, we don't want to upset the British. We don't want to upset our constituents at home who are very pro-monarchy and pro-British.
Yeah.
But our evolution away from Britain, it's been quite, there's been steps and that we're politically totally sovereign from Mother England.
Mm.
And I think...
Do you not want to watch this? Because it's...
Well, not
I
really.
find-
And another thing is,
Can we turn it off?
do you want to be a republic?
No. I
No,
don't.
neither do I.
Do you mind turning that off? Or, because you're not watching it.
Well, I am watching it. What's your definition of watching?
Okay.
But fantasy is always a lot more important than reality. That is dumb.
It's Jack, you freak.
I am Jack, the Ripper. I am Jack, the Raper. Oh my God, that's a coffee bean.
There's going to be a bean grow out of his mouth.
Where does he get all the beans from at very convenient moments? Oh my
Oh, look
goodness.
at the beans.
They're finally going to be separated. Oh no.
Pure evil. They're telling you to back off and shut up. I'm putting everyone in danger.
What is this? Is that Shortland? It's Shortland Street. Oh my God. Oh, speaking of Shortland Street, I'm pretty sure on this, but there was a mother and a daughter, and the daughter was a lesbian, and she was dating the daughter of the mother's friend. And then, for some reason, because I didn't bother watching it or try and find out what was going
Was
on.
that on Shortland Street?
Yeah, we have mother-daughter swap, and they're all lesbians. Crazy shit.
Yeah.
But Shortland Street does that. There was another time when there was a gay couple that had children, but I don't think there was a great deal of, what's the word? there wasn't a great deal of drama about that. Sort of like, wow, a gay couple with kids, that's so wrong, right, or whatever. Ahmed family, proud
You know what they
Kiwis.
say, your smile says a lot.
So, am I a proud Kiwi? Not really, because I'm not Ethiopian. Oh, the ads, oh goodness, it's a new smartphone. Are you busy doing something?
Yes.
No. Well, I'll leave you alone then. That's dumb. A little one, little baby one. Oh no, what the hell? Oh crap, what a little shit. Oh, so gross. So flaming vile. Oh. Just gross. Mutagens.
That's it. They're through. All right, brothers, this is done. All at once. Close the portcullis! Guardians! Get the king to safety, like hell! Fall back! Defensive positions! Form up! Stand strong, men!
Oh no. Oh, there's two of them now, maybe.
You smell that, brothers? Don't you love it when they're blood kernels?
Let's cut a few of them down to size, shall we?
Oh no.
There's something behind me, isn't there?
That's Jack the Raper.
struck down the law that read, a princess must a noble wed. Then, such a wedding
Red
not seen
means
since, the
Wednesday.
princess and her farm boy prince.
Oh, a farm boy.
In between.
Oh, God.
In between, well, they courted for a
Oh,
bit.
No, not that. What happened to the crown? You never tell us what happened to the crown. The crown? Yeah. What if the giants come back?
Don't worry, it's a very safe place.
Can you tell the story about the giants again?
Alright, but this is the last time tonight. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Ask not whence the thunder comes. Ask not where the herds have gone, nor why the birds have ceased their song. When coming home, don't take too long.
so where is that? Oh, there's the crown.
Ask not whence the thunder comes.
Oh, God. What? They melted it down.
Why the birds have ceased their song. I smell the blood of an English. Be he living or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread.
Oh, no, thank you.
Golden hope. And a horse named Answer.
And you took the family horse to the market. Was it a cow?
A cow.
Right, a cow.
And at the market, he met an old man whose feet seemed to trade the cow for some
Magic beans.
He traded a cow for beans?
Magic beans.
And how would he know that?
Well, Jack wasn't very bright.
Then his uncle threw one of the beans out of the window.
No, it was his mother, and it was 3 beans.
Fine. His mother threw 3 beans out of the window.
And 3 giant stalks grew high into the clouds.
Now, after the crown jewels were stolen from Westminster Abbey in the early part of the 14th century, the English government recovered them and brought them here to the Tower of London for permanent safekeeping. Okay, make way, make way. We're going to go across now to Tower Green. Now, what's Tower Green famous for? Well, Tower Green is famous for... Come on, Roddy, stay with the group. Let's go.
You actually got to the tower, didn't you? Did you go to the tower?
What did he put in the pocket, in his pocket?
I don't know. I don't know whether I'm just losing my marbles more and more, but that's modern day London, isn't it? And I think a lot of people go, you've got all those funny looking
They've had
skyscrapers.
programs on
And,
recently about the Tower of London.
yes, I think I was here watching with you. But you have been to London, haven't you? Have you ever watched those Bachelorette or Bachelor shows?
What did you say? Have I?
Have you ever watched any of the Bachelorette or Bachelor shows?
No, I haven't.
Well, I think it's morally disgusting
Yeah, I do too.
because
And that program, Married at First Sight, that's ridiculous.
yes, I think I would be critical of that too, but I don't think it's as bad as the Bachelorette ones. I mean, it makes it look, you know, you've got like, there's one man and about 40 women. I mean, immediately it's looks
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
It's the ultimate value in a lot of areas is one man, one woman.
yeah,
You might go on the hunt, but we don't look at that. You know, there's a lot of things in life that are necessary evils, but we don't just, you know what I mean, throw it out there. But it just looks so bad.
yeah,
And then you've got this harem, let's go with the man and the 40 women, and then all of these women are there and they're fighting and bitching, he's mine, and saying, no, he's mine, and whatever. And it's just so gross and so
And I
sick.
thought Bachelorette must be that a woman is a bachelor.
Yeah, well, that's even more disgusting. It's one woman and 1,000 billion men. I mean, but it's the same shit. And you've got the
Yeah.
men fighting over her, and then, you know, like they go out on a date and the whole camera's watching and everybody's watching, and it's just, I think it, you know, the woman becomes a dirty slut.
Yes.
And the man is just an incredible stud, and oh my God, it's just pathetic. And it's supposed to be private. That the two people and everybody else, you don't, and you're all doing it for money. I don't know if they get paid or what, but it's just gross. Really, really gross. And I think you can blame a lot of it on Oprah Winfrey.
On what?
Oprah Winfrey. She was one of the first people and probably the most successful television person where you have the confession. Where, you know, I'm Oprah Winfrey and you're somebody with some story to tell, and I suck the story out of you, and the world is just utterly blown away by the relationship between Oprah Winfrey and the person who has something to confess. I mean, that was it's a very modern phenomena, because that was only, it might be the early 2000s or the late 90s. But I swear that type of thing, along with Simon Cowell's America, you know, the American Idol things and everything,
Yeah.
you just find any part of life and you turn it into a commercial television thing. And it's where will the line stop?
Yeah.
Why don't we do a show just concentrating on women giving birth, and have you know, full frontals of ladies giving birth?
Well, there are programs like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm missing out, aren't I?
There was one.
God.
There was one that was a baby every minute or something.
Well, what about people going toilet? Is that going too far?
Yes.
It is it? Okay. I've seen this movie before. If I remember correctly, and I'm not lying, I paid money to see this in the picture theatres. So I'm not really sure I want to see it again. It was a bit of a horrific movie, really.
Well, I need...
And I need to go toilet again.
He won't hurt you again.
I can undo all this tomorrow.
Mr.
Well,
Chen
that
has
looks all
bankrolled your company
retarded.
for years. Isn't this his wife?
Oh no. Oh dear.
It's really doing their bit for the planet. Going plastic free. Legend. No. Yes. Nice one, Nige. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Whatever you're doing for the environment, nice one. Switch to Meridian today and get a great welcome credit.
At Mitre 10, get a bathroom you'll really want to spend time in. See our stylish range of vanities, on-trend quality tapware brands, and modern range of baths, showers and toilets. Come in store and talk to our consultants who can help you plan your bathroom. At New World, we're helping make your Easter epic. Whether it's planning the ultimate Easter egg hunt, scouting for yummy treats, and inspiring meal ideas that are easy and delicious, or grabbing freshly baked hot cross buns.
Freshly baked hot cross buns. Oh, mother of God.
Safari. Or maybe Super Cash Buster. However you play, you could win with over 35 instant Kiwi games online. So grab your mobile and search Instant Kiwi today.
Let me take a look at your nose. I think it's perfect.
Bost is looking back in the most memorable, incredible, and shocking specials yet.
What was your plan?
All new Bost, Tuesday, 7:30 on Bravo.
What is this? You're looking at the starting nose tackle. You should
I don't know
listen to
why
that.
that's so
Like you got
loud.
hoops under there. Shut up.
It really does come across as
He
really
was a
loud.
lot first within his cane called
The chicken cheddar? No, it's bacon cheddar or something. Bacon, chicken cheddar. Anyway, I just know that chicken cheddar on my number.
I mean, these people are sick. And they won't be that rich either.
She went without food. I'm gonna add that to your chore list. Feed and water the dog. Water the dog? It's not a plant.
Funny, yeah. Or maybe they are rich. Who are these disgusting people? Oh, gross. So vile. So Asian.
There you are.
Thought you were gonna get home later.
I know. I was gonna get home later. But then, well, it's a long story. Where are you gonna sit? Next to me? I saw all your photos. I'm super jealous that you guys had your daddy and me time, and I know that you let them break all the rules.
No rules.
I'm pretty sure they didn't shower or brush their teeth all weekend, ate ice cream before
got a better job. Every time my dad got a better job. It's fucking disgusting. Oh, you never escape from these shows, God.
Oh, go on. That's going over. That's going to go over. Come on now. Come on now. Yeah. Okay. So glad you're smiling. 5 counts. Let's give you another £500. Up to £4,500. We're on the bottom shelf, Shazia.
Go out in style tonight on One. Up next, the boys
Bradley
build a
Walsh and
golden
Son.
in the final
Is this
Bradley
Prime?
Walsh and Son
Seems
premiere.
dreadfully
And Valentine's Day
British.
puts the Savoy staff into overdrive. And later get the culinary lowdown with Fred on extraordinary places to eat. Enjoy your Saturday night with One.
Oh, it's one. Oh, spooky.
Picture-having strips are designed to stay on strong for all that life brings. And when it's time, they come off coldly.
Been there.
Holds up to 7.2 kilos.
Oh,
Stays on
pace.
strong, comes off clean. Main products from 3M.
A little goes a long way at Macca's. The $6 cheeseburger lunchbuster with your choice of a sundae or 3-pack chicken McNuggets, all for just $6. Part of the Macca's Saver menu.
What?
Is the story of Post. A post that had recently mastered the skill of invisibility. When a post appears out of nowhere, it's nice to have someone on your side.
At Harvey Norman, we've secured millions of dollars worth of big brand appliances. We've secured 400 units nationwide of this Westinghouse washer, 200 units nationwide of this Fisher & Paykel dryer, 250 units nationwide of this Electrolux dishwasher, 400 units nationwide of this Westinghouse fridge, 200 units nationwide of this LG 65-inch TV. Plus, buy now on 60 months interest free and get a bonus gift card up to the value of $500. On now at Harvey Norman.
For me, it's really important what you're putting into your body. I love to start my day with a shake straight away. Anchor A2 milk, plenty of fruit, nuts, all the good things. So I'm looking after myself.
Oh, dirty
With Anchor
bitch.
A2 milk, I can really feel the difference. The switch was when I tasted it for the first time. It just feels better when I'm drinking it.
Oh.
It sets me off well for a really great day.
Get your hands on yummy Easter chocolates at The Warehouse. Like Lynch Gold Chocolate Bunnies, only $6 each. M&M and Maltesers Mini Eggs, 2 for $8. Plus Easter Hunt accessories starting from $2. Get more Easter under one roof at The Warehouse.
The Dyson Airwrap Styler. Harnessing the Coanda effect to curl, wave and dry with air, not extreme heat.
It was created for every day and adapted for adventure, escaping or eloping. The little car that found itself in important moments, tweaked for performance, embraced for safety and creature comforts, redefining technology and style. Whether you're seeing it for the first time or you've seen it all before. The all-new Golf.
Well, I am now thoroughly bored, and I think it's still the mental patients. Jack the Giant Slayer? Oh no. Oh. Sherlock Gnomes. How funny.
Get round the door, open it from the other side, and lead everyone to freedom. Yeah, thanks, Internet. If you're going to escape, you'll need to create a distraction.
That's truly bizarre. That's not right.
Ryan Reynolds is Jason Bateman.
What did you do? What did I do? You think I want to be you? Who said I wanted to be you? Oh my God!
The Changer, Sunday at 9:20 on Bravo.
Join
Slingshot on 24-month unlimited broadband and score a choice tablet. The perfect gift for someone special.
Or in power and score this even choicer tablet instead to keep all to yourself.
Come on, darling, up and up. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
Get up and get into Westfield for your chance to win 10K with
I think all of those things need to be answered and answered effectively. Let me just say this. I want to say this to the television audience. I have never obstructed justice. And I think, too, that I could say that in my years of public life, that I welcome this kind of examination because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I burn everything I've got.
So you didn't think by this time that Nixon was deeply himself involved in...
Well, obviously he was involved. Look, I had read you. Write a 6,000-word paper on Watergate, for heaven's sakes.
I never slept with that woman.
Haldeman and Ehrlichman were fired and all the rest of it. The questions were simply, did the president commit an impeachable act, and was the Congress of the United States going to impeach him?
What we knew about Richard Nixon is he had this fierce determination that no matter how many times he got knocked down, no matter how many times he was beaten, that he was always going to, in the end, prevail.
I can assure you that you don't need to worry about my getting seasick or jumping ship. I'm going to stay in that helm till we bring it into port.
America hadn't had a vice president since Spiro Agnew's forced resignation in October. But finally in December, Congressman Gerald Ford was confirmed by both houses of Congress and sworn in.
That I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter. So help me God.
Ford, like most Republicans, strongly defended Nixon. But despite Republican opposition, the House of Representatives, which has the sole power to impeach the president, started an impeachment inquiry. If the House votes to impeach, the president must stand trial in the Senate, with the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court presiding and the Senate acting as jury. Conviction requires a 2/3 vote. If convicted, the president is removed from office. In the Watergate case, the House Judiciary Committee would first hold hearings and draft articles of impeachment. And so the impeachment inquiry was managed by the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, Peter Rodino. Rodino came from a poor immigrant family, had been a hero of World War II, later attending law school at night, supporting himself through menial labor, and then entering Congress in 1949.
Congress must deal with the crisis in competence now undermining the administration and the threat to our institutions that has caused this crisis.
Elizabeth Holtzman was the committee's youngest and newest member.
I was elected to office in 1972 and took office in January 73. And here I am, a young woman, given the opportunity to sit in judgment of the President of the United States. I mean, where else could this happen?
Pete McCloskey entered Congress to oppose the Vietnam War. He was a Korean War hero who had become an environmental lawyer and was a personal friend of John Ehrlichman, but he was also the first Republican to call for Nixon's impeachment.
The public is going to demand that we impeach. If Congress, in this kind of a case, is representative of the American people, we will react to the American people's demand.
You know, that was a period of time when the public didn't think much of the Congress. But Peter Rodino was a hero of Oregon.
Peter Rodino was brilliant and wise. I think they understood the stakes. Peter Rodino knew that impeachment would never work if it was seen to be partisan. So Rodino looked very hard, far and wide, to find a Republican to be the chief of staff of the House Judiciary Committee's impeachment inquiry. He found Republican John Doerr. That was the first signal of how serious this was.
I worked on the House Judiciary inquiry into the impeachment of President Nixon with John Doerr. John had a reputation for being a great trial lawyer, not being a flashing lawyer, being the opposite of a flashing lawyer. He was successful in trying those cases before somewhat hostile judges and hostile juries.
As Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights in 1969, John Doerr had walked with James Meredith to integrate the University of Mississippi. Later, he successfully prosecuted several white supremacists for murdering civil rights workers in the South.
Chairman Medino has offered to me, and I have accepted, the position of special counsel to the Judiciary Committee's inquiry into possible impeachment charges against the President of the United States. To me, success is seeing that justice is done, that the Constitution is preserved.
Moore ordered his staff to assemble all the evidence related to Watergate. But meanwhile, the special prosecutors were getting their first look at the White House tapes.
Oh no, we have to have a bloody break. Brilliant.
Whoever did this, if they wanted us to, could have killed us.
Someday, Paul knew MacGyver.
What are you
Give me your
doing?
best morning habits. I would have mix it up once in a while. Wheat mix blends. A whole grain goodness you know. Blended with great flavours and textures like delicious cranberry and coconut. For a better brekkie, try Wheat Mix blends.
Great starts with small. In the case of Dame Valerie Adams, it started with an observation. Boy, could this girl throw.
Far round. Pretty far.
Step by step, centimetre by centimetre, small became great.
And she's a trans.
So where will small
She's a trans.
small steps to a healthy
She should be competing with men. Because she's a trans.
Have I done enough to wear the jersey?
No, you haven't.
Gotta sweat
You're
out
a
that
lazy
fear,
poo.
because this is bigger than me.
Is it? Of course it's bigger than you. You're very small.
Ion 4 hydration. Sweat it out with Powerade.
The new Ford Puma with remote lock and unlock from your mobile phone. It doesn't need artistic film techniques. The new effortlessly stylish Ford Puma. No advertising trickery required.
I don't think you'd bother.
Take care of your joints with Nutrilite Joint
So
Bioflex.
tired.
Triple action formula, helping to support joint comfort, connective tissue repair, and joint mobility. Nutrilite Joint Bioflex. Ask for your free sample pack today.
Looks okay.
Hi, I'm Nick Gill, All Blacks trainer.
Ah.
The Wheatbix Kids Triathlon, helping the kids get a better brekkie and get them ready to go. Wheatbix helps set you up for big days like today. So for a better brekkie, choose Wheatbix. Get going, get going! Official breakfast of the All Blacks.
New season sale on now at Hunter with up to 40% off. Like the comfy demi, or save hundreds on the Winston and leather. And the stylish line of dining chairs. Visit your nearest Hunter Furniture or Hunter Home today.
Oh. Yeah, it's a bit hot.
Can I help you, mate?
The new Ford Ranger FX4 Max.
Hi, we're from Nova. You probably know us for our great
Value energy, come on.
Now we're offering great value broad.
Swords?
No, broad.
Way.
It's broadcasting
And news services?
No, broad.
Beans?
It's broad.
Band. Banners.
Great value unlimited broadband.
Sounds great. Sign me up.
Well, that went well. Yeah, broadly speaking.
So retarded. You can sense it. You can sense it. You can stop.
Stuck in a rut of the same recipes. With HelloFresh, dinner is simple. Easy recipes and delicious meals that everyone enjoys. Order today at hellofresh.co.nz. Simply delicious.
I've been working with Mike for a long time.
Or at least they
We've met some
pretend
great
to.
characters, done some great stuff. Every day
Oh,
we're out
hurry
taking
up,
gambles.
Handle.
Sometimes they pay off big, other times they lead us to somewhere we would have never expected.
Monday, American Figures. Prime.
As soon as we got the tapes, we began listening to them.
We had tape machines, we put on headphones, and we listened.
The Dynamite tape was the March 21 conversation.
There's no doubt about the seriousness of the problem because we have a cancer within
start perjuring themselves very quickly.
Here was Dean telling the president that the president needed to save the presidency by firing those who had engaged in this obstruction of justice, and that these people, including himself, John Dean, would have to go to jail. And Nixon saying, wait a minute, that's a little bit rash. Don't you have to continue the payment of hush money to the burglars? Don't you need to keep this going?
Unbelievable.
You could get that. You could get $1 million. You could get it in cash. I know where it could be gotten.
And then you listen, and not only is the president just a man, he's a criminal.
The next payment to Howard Hunt, one of the burglars, was made within a day. The March 21 conversation was everything that Dean had testified to and more.
I began by telling the president that there was a cancer growing on the presidency.
Tapes show that the Watergate cover-up completely dominated their discussions. Never was there any discussion of obeying the law.
Why would you obey the law?
To listen
You're
to,
a Christian.
even though you're expecting to hear what John Dean had said had happened, actually hearing the President of the United States engaged in criminal conduct is disturbing.
As soon as we listened to that tape, we said, Leon has to listen to it. So we brought Jaworski in. I watched him closely as he listened. He had a poker face, but I could read it. It seemed to me that at that point, he knew that Nixon would not be able to survive as president.
The Constitution says that a person can be impeached for treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. A high crime or misdemeanor meant really a serious abuse of power, and one that could threaten the liberties of the American people.
No sitting president
What?
had ever been indicted for a crime. This was not a subject that Leon Jaworski wanted to entertain. He did not want that 800-pound gorilla on his back. That gorilla was the property of the impeachment committee. And in Leon's words, he did not want to adopt the gorilla.
Well, you're not going to die, are you?
Have to. Grand jury had formed their own opinion about Nixon.
Grand jury,
I mean, you might go to hell.
when the indictments first came down while he was still president.
Indictment, indictment. Say
Said,
indictment.
here's what we can do. Let's have the grand jury vote on a list of unindicted co-conspirators who they believe participated in this obstruction of justice. And he agreed, so long as we did not publicize that list. And the grand jury voted, some with their hands up, and the name of Richard Nixon was put to them for a vote. This was kept secret. Another incredible, explosive secret.
Your staff has been studying for some time the question of whether a president still in office can be indicted in the criminal courts. Has it reached a conclusion? There is a great question, a very, very strong question as to whether or not a sitting president is indictable. By that you mean there are strong reservations. What I mean is that it is far from settled that that can be done.
Jaworski didn't want to indict Nixon, but he indicted Nixon's closest aides and named 18 more as unindicted co-conspirators.
John Mitchell, Bob Haldeman, John Ehrlichman, Chuck Colson. These four men were indicted by the Watergate grand jury on charges ranging from perjury to conspiracy.
I have no comment whatsoever on what happened in Washington. I know that in the end, my innocence will be established. I put complete faith in God, and I believe in my country.
And while Nixon was safe from indictment, he wasn't safe from
But
impeachment or from Dan Rather.
God help us.
We all know you're an experienced student of impeachment, and we would be interested to know what you consider to be an impeachable offense for president.
Well, Mr.
You know Chuck Colson?
Hey?
You know Chuck Colson?
So,
Chuck Colson. Chuck Colson.
yeah.
Well, he was just saying that he was innocent.
Well, he was innocent of the Watergate thing, but he had told a lie previously.
What was the lie?
I've forgotten now.
How bizarre. No, I don't think it was well put together, to be honest.
Bathroom you'll really want to spend time in. See our stylish range of vanities, on-trend quality tapware brands, and modern range of baths, showers and toilets. Come in store and talk to our consultants who can help you plan your bathroom.
I'm going to desert you.
Powerless to resist.
I'm going to bed.
Oh no.
That's interesting. Goodness me. You could do the most amazing things.
Goodness knows how long it's been. I really should be stopping it. It's actually, I don't know if it's too small, but it's a collage. I don't think I can blow it up. But that was the house I was talking about. And I think it's been they've changed the colour.
Down the road here.
Yeah. And can you recognise that? Easter art competition.
Oh.
Have you heard of community Titahi Bay
is
Community?
there a poster down there?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Well,
All right.
it's there.
Which shot was it in?
Well, just outside, you know, where
Where there's a notice board.
well, the shops are there, the parking, where the cars park.
Yeah.
And then there's the Lest We Forget.
Yeah.
Well, there's a pole just facing the houses.
All right.
I think, yeah, it's facing that the houses. I find it hard to describe. But yeah.
Hey.
Oh, there's a fork. Yeah.
You and I live at different times of the day. Like, I'm up by 8 o'clock at the latest, and you're up by midday, I think. So, I shall see you in the morning.
Okay. I wonder, I think that would be Marvel Earth.
There's wheat bix if you want for breakfast. I'll bring them out.
Oh no, not another stupid movie. What's that about?
Standing, he didn't want any disturbances and he wanted members of the committee to pay attention. It was really more like a trial. The way it worked was we had black books, notebooks, 3-ring notebooks, and they had statements of fact. And behind the statements of fact were proofs, evidence that supported the statements of fact. At that point, every member of the committee had a right to attack the facts, to attack the committee staff reasoning, to attack the statement of fact and say, no, that's not right. So it was a very fair and deliberative process.
John insisted that we read these statements. I was the reader. The first days, which were Watergate days, I read the statements. So John told me I had to read them in a very monotone, flat voice.
And then, of course, there were hearings at which witnesses were called.
John Dean appeared as a witness before the House Judiciary Committee today and testified.
But Watergate revealed a serious flaw in the impeachment process. The constitutional separation of powers, as interpreted by the federal courts, means that Congress usually cannot subpoena presidential documents. So if the White House controls the evidence, Congress might never see it. But in the Watergate case, the special prosecutors understood this, and they had the evidence, so they took action.
Our view was, we don't indict the president because the appropriate place is to take care of this in a political process. That's through an impeachment hearing. Then those people ought to have the evidence.
I find it utterly hilarious, and I find it utterly hilarious, and I was kind of embarrassed. But it was years ago, one of the stints at the lodge, and there was this young Māori guy, and you know the word indict. I thought it was indict.
Yeah.
I was going, oh, we're going to indict the president and all the rest of it. And he goes, it's indict. And I just thought, you know, it's actually INDICT.
Yeah.
It's one of those words that you don't say the indict.
And it was a young Māori boy who put you right.
Yeah. So
it's unusual, isn't it?
he was going to be a Catholic priest.
Was he doing law?
No, but he committed suicide. Because life just got too much.
Around the payment of the money.
Good night.
Hunt
Good night.
situation. Hunt wants money, we're gonna get. It's not a good conversation at all. But it
Fuck, I need to go to the
doesn't
toilet again.
quite
And again and again and again. Poor fucking broken penis.
It wasn't either the smoking gun or it shouldn't have been the smoking gun.
Dora and Rodino wanted Nixon
Why would you smoke a
they
gun?
wanted an airtight case proving that Nixon had abused presidential power.
Oh my
so
God.
the House Judiciary Committee subpoenaed more tapes. Nixon, of course, resisted.
Has the White House complied with the subpoena?
No, the White House has not complied with the subpoena. We made a request which hasn't been specifically complied with.
And then Evan Davis got a phone call from Supreme Court Justice Potter Stewart, for whom he had once worked.
I got a call from Justice Stewart who wanted to have lunch. At one point, he let drop that the committee should not count on the Supreme Court to enforce a congressional subpoena. But that was a very different thing than a criminal subpoena.
This was a potentially fatal problem. In fact, the federal court
Oh, Gary Buchan. Oh, oh, oh.
consider doing this?
If you don't, I'll have you killed.
Nice to see you all again.
You need a plan.
You ain't gonna be having fun where I am.
These men destroy people's lives. We're here to expose them.
Stop.
Prime Flex. Monday. Now you see me too.
For me, it's really important what you're putting into your body. I like to start my day with a shake straight away, Anchor A2 milk, plenty of fruit, nuts, all the good things. So I'm looking after myself. With Anchor, I can really feel the difference. The switch was when I tasted it.
Beautiful.
It just feels
Child of God, you.
sets me off well for a really great day.
And you're a disgusting slut. But Jesus
Prices
loves
are
you.
falling like leaves during the next Scully Autumn sale. Save up to 40% on a huge selection of quality living, dining and bedroom furniture. Scully Autumn sale. In store and online now.
Instant Kiwi is also online.
Get a yard.
Kiwi who likes to tap or swipe or scroll. Do you like to play on the fly, online, on a bus, on a boat, at work, naughty? Do you like chocolates, double crossword safari, or maybe Super Cash Buster? However you play, you could win with
Super
over 35
Cash
instant
Buster,
Kiwi games
what's
online. So grab your
Oh
mobile
my
and search
word.
Instant Kiwi today.
Daughter's birthday. You're the one that's aging. Here's the boss now. NutriBoost, the 5-star milk drink for 1-star moments.
Save up to 50% in the Farmer's Nursery sale. There's an amazing 50% off Grotone furniture. Get 40% off car seats, booster seats and capsules by Safe and Sound, Britax and Joy. Plus save 40% on nursery Manchester.